So every student's going to get an 8" by 4" piece of metal. Out of this, we're going to cut 2 pieces to do a butt weld with. We're going to do a T-weld, and we're going to do a plate with a stick welder. So to do that, I want to see you have it cut up with the plasma cutter. So we'll go ahead and mark this out the way we want to do it. So if we got an 8" piece, check your piece, it's 8 inches. Mark 4 inches on that. You got a piece of soapstone, you got 4 inches. Take your square, line it up on there. Mark that. So there's that. So then these are 4 inches wide. Go mark 2 inches on one end. 2 inches on the other end. We'll draw a line between those two. So that's the 2 cuts you're going to be making. Now to make this easier on yourself, because we know that tip on the plasma cutter, that offset from here to the tip on that plasma cutter is roughly a 1/2 inch. So to make it easier on yourself, just go ahead and mark that 1/2 inch. So there's a 1/2. And there's a 1/2 there. Okay. Once you do that, put it in this little handy dandy contraption we got here. Clamp it over to the corner. Okay. Make sure you get your ground clamp hooked up. We have a piece of metal over here. We should have a pair of pliers over here. We got our channel locks. We got a pair of pliers over here. So we're going to use this as our guide piece. So we want to put that right on our 1/2 inch offset. So that's going to give us the exact right size cut we need. So it's easier to do this rip cut first, because then you can cut that off. That way you get a little easier way to hold the metal there. So we got our plasma. Make sure your tip is good. You can line up your guide on the side. Plasma cutter, on-off switch is right here. Make sure it's set to a continuous cut. Our voltage is all the way up. We got green lights on. Our air's already hooked up. We'll get a glove on. Your dark glasses on. Line it right up. You can see that the tip comes exactly to that 2 inch line that we want to cut.
What kind of glasses?
Our dark glasses. So where's our dark glasses? There they are. We got our shade 5 glasses here. Look, plasma cutter. Good. I can't see anything. Perfect. Thanks. Alright, so go ahead, line your tip up. Okay. Now once we did that, get our glasses back on. You can see what we're doing. You can take that guide off of here. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can either clamp another guide on there, a 1/2 inch off, or you can use a speed square. It's a little tough to use a speed square on this size metal. You can use a speed square. If you hold your tip right on your line, and then line that speed square up there, it's going to give you that 1/2 inch offset you need. Or you can clamp another bar on there and do it that way. Get your dark glasses on. Hold it on there, start your plasma cutter. Make sure your plasma cutter lead isn't going to get burnt. Okay. First piece falls off. Second piece falls off. Okay. So that part of it is done. Square up. We got our straight edge, our clamp there. The metal will be slightly warm. The plasma cutter, that's one good thing about it, does not heat the metal up too much. So once you have that, you have a little bit of slag on there. Some of which you can just knock off of there. Almost all of it actually fell right off of there, so it ends up with a metal like that. So now we'll touch that up. Be simple. So we'll get this metal. Should probably wear a glove. Unless you got no feeling in your hand. So these aren't very hot at all, so you can grab onto these. Same thing, there's some slag on there. Let's give it a little tap. A lot of it will fall right off of there. The rest of it will just hit with the grinder real quick. Alright, so there's almost nothing on there. So now we're just going to grind this up real quick. Come over. If you got a glove on, you do it right there. Or you can get a glove. Woo! Not real handy with a glove on. Up. What I don't want to see is I don't want this edge all ground down flat. I want to be able to see your cut. Little end there, piece there, you grind that off. But I want to be able to see that cut when you're done. So then we're going to do our pad on one side of this. While you're right here. Done with that, you got your two pieces of metal, the two sides that you did not cut, which would be this side and this side that you have cleaned up. We're going to weld them together. They're going to get butt welded together, and then this will get butt welded or T-welded onto there after you get done doing your pad with the stick welder. So those are the three pieces of metal you need to complete your project. When your project's done, The end product will look like this. You'll have your butt weld with your 2 tack welds on the back, your 2 tack welds on your T, with your T-weld, and then your pad will be on the bottom of that. So you can put your name on that and hand it in. That's it. Thank you.